Hi everyone, welcome to Lipstick on a Rig. Today we're going to be making this adorable spiderweb beanie for a baby. For this project, I'm going to be using size 4 medium weight acrylic yarn, and this is just the Big Twist Value brand, and I'm using soft gray. I'm also going to be using a size F or 5 crochet hook. And we're going to begin this project with a magic circle, and we're going to place 12 double crochets inside of it. And if you're unfamiliar with any of the stitches used in this pattern, then please check the links in the description because I will have my stitch tutorials listed down there. And from here, we're going to be working a continuous loop pattern, which means we won't be starting and stopping each individual row, but instead it's going to act like more of a spiral. So you might find it helpful to grab a scrap piece of yarn or a stitch marker to keep up with the first stitch in every row. And the pattern for the next row is going to be to place a double crochet and a front post stitch in every stitch in your row. So go ahead and place your first double crochet stitch, and then to place your front post stitch, what you're going to do is yarn over, and then you're just going to simply insert your crochet hook from the front around to the back and then back around to the front again, just like that. Then yarn over and pull through that post, yarn over and drop 2 loops, and then yarn over and drop 2 more. So go ahead and repeat that process for every stitch in your row, and when you get to the end of your row, you should have 24 stitches. And the pattern for the next row is going to be to place 2 back post stitches in this first stitch, and I'm going to show you how to do that really fast. So go ahead and yarn over, and then you're going to insert your crochet hook up from the back, around the front of that post, and then back around to the back again. So just kind of the reverse of your front post stitch. Then yarn over and pull through that post, yarn over and drop 2 loops, and then yarn over and drop your last 2 loops there. And then just go ahead and repeat that one more time, placing one more back post stitch in that first stitch, and then you're going to place a front post stitch in your second stitch here. And you're just going to repeat that pattern going all the way around your row, and when you get done, you should have 36 stitches. And the pattern for the next row is going to be to place 1 double crochet in your first stitch, 2 double crochets in your second stitch, and then a front post stitch in your third stitch. And you're just going to want to repeat that pattern going all the way around your row, and when you get done, you should have a total of 48 stitches. And that was our last row of increasing. So from here, we're just going to repeat a 2-row pattern, and that is to place 1 back post stitch in our first 3 stitches here, and then a front post stitch in our 4th stitch. And you're going to repeat that going all the way around your row. And then the pattern for the second row is going to be to place 1 double crochet in your first 3 stitches and a front post stitch in your 4th. And then you're going to repeat that going all the way around your row. So go ahead and repeat those 2 rows over and over and over again to build the body of your beanie. I went ahead and repeated that 2-row pattern for 10 rows. And so now we're going to start to form the web of our beanie. So to do that, go ahead and place 1 slip stitch in your first 2 stitches here. And then we're going to slip stitch together the next 3 stitches. So insert your crochet hook up underneath that first stitch and yarn over and pull through. Then up underneath your second stitch and yarn over and pull through. Then yarn over and pull through that 3rd stitch and then all the remaining loops on your crochet hook. And then from here, we're going to place a slip stitch in our next 2 stitches. And when it comes to the next stitch, this should be your front post stitch. What we're going to do is place a single crochet, a front post stitch, and then another single crochet in that stitch. And just make sure that you're placing your single crochet in the same spot that you placed your other one and not in the next stitch. Just like that. And from here, the pattern is just going to repeat. So we're going to place 1 slip stitch in our next 2 stitches, then we're going to slip stitch together the next 3 stitches, then another slip stitch in the following 2 stitches, and then a single crochet, a front post stitch, and a single crochet in our next stitch. And you're just going to want to repeat that pattern going all the way around your row. And when it comes to that very last peak where you've placed your single crochet, your front post stitch, and your single crochet, go ahead and add a slip stitch to that stitch. And this is the only row where we're going to have to do that, and that's just so that we can get our count correct, so we can follow a continuous loop pattern. So go ahead and place a slip stitch in your next stitch, and then you're just going to slip stitch your next 3 stitches together like normal. And from here, the pattern should flow nicely, so you're going to place a slip stitch in your next 2 stitches, and then you're going to place your single crochet, your front post stitch, and your single crochet stitch. So go ahead and follow this pattern for as many rows as you would like to form the web portion of your spider web. And from here, it should flow continuously, so you won't have to make any other count corrections. So I went ahead and placed 4 rows following that exact same pattern, and I'm going to end on one of my valleys. So after slip stitching 3 together, then I'm just going to cut and tie off my yarn. And I'm going to run the tail up the inside of the beanie. And after you're done hiding your tails, it should look like this. And this would look really cute with maybe a stuffed fake spider as your pom-pom, or as fake spiders inside of the web of your beanie. Please let me know in the comments below if you experienced any issues while you were making this, and I will do my best to help you out. If this video helped you, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to my channel, Lipstick on a Rig. Thank you so much for working with me, and I hope you have a wonderful, awesome day.